Well, alright guys, do you see what I see? Let's take a closer look. How about now? We got two nice mullen stalks. One here and one over here. This one is quite a bit more straight, so we're gonna go harvest that one. Well, alright guys, so I brought you out to this spot. This wasn't actually my first choice, but when I came out to see how low the water was, I was surprised because this spot that we're standing in right now usually is under about 4 or 5 feet of water, and I come here from shore and I fish from here trying to catch some catfish, and they seem to like this sandy bottom here. But so we're on a dune now, in a spot where we're having this serious drought where all our water has gone down quite a bit. I figured if I'm going to practice my fire skills, this would be a great spot to do it in. So I'm going to do it right here. We're going to set up. Once winter comes, this area is going to be covered in about 3 to 4 feet of snow. That being said, trying to find things like dried grass, dried leaves. In some forests that I go to, there's no birch, so the birch is out of the way, and all your dry materials seem to be under the water. Under the snow, and you can't get your hands on anything that you need. So I started practicing making feather stick tinder bundles. I know you've seen this in one of my videos. But today I wanted to practice and see if I can if I can light a tinder bundle made out of feather sticks in 3 different methods. So let's go ahead and get started. I also picked up a while back this Gonzo 720. I really wanted to give this a test. I'll give you a look at it right now with a close-up. All right, so here it is, Gonzo 720. You can see it right there. And you can see the 720 and the name right there. Hopefully you'll be able to pick that up. But very comfortable knife. I was surprised. I've never really owned a folder like this before. It's super smooth, and the fit and finish on it's great. I know I've been watching a bunch of these videos before I bought one, and some guys were saying, well, I don't really care if it's centered, and I don't really care if it's really flush as long as the knife is functional. But I find that's a load of crap. To be honest, if the knife is, if they've paid attention to all these tiny little details, then in the end, it should be the quality of the knife besides the fact of where it's made or how much it costs shouldn't come into play. The people building these things actually gave a shit. So I think that's a good sign for Gonzo knives. I've carried this around in my pocket at work a couple times. It hangs really well. It completely disappears in your pocket. I'll give you a look at that right now. There it is, sitting in my pocket. I mean, if you're coming from the top, you can see inside of it, but all you really see is the clip, and that's it. And it's very comfortable. It's a really sizable knife, and you don't really notice the weight at all, so it's pretty cool. So basically what I've done is I've got a couple pieces of mullein in the back here and a few pieces of hemlock. So I'm going to go ahead and start feather sticking. I'm going to make a big pile of them that we can split into 3, and we're going to see if we can light these feather sticks in 3 different methods. So and at the same time, I get to try out my new knife. So let's give it a try. I've got my 3 piles. One of them, the first one that we're going to try out, we're going to try lighting with a ferro rod. We'll see how that one goes. Should be pretty easy, although I don't know if my 90-degree spine on this knife is going to be good enough yet, but we'll see. We'll give it a try. It's so bright out here. Hopefully you guys are getting a good view of this, but I've got my Nathan 4071 ferro rod here and my brand new Gonzo. Let's see if this will there we go. So there's the first one. We are lit, as you can see. There's our flame. So feather sticks with a ferro rod works fantastic. Tinder bundle, everything's great. Let's put this guy out. All right, so the first test with the ferro rod and the Gonzo worked out great, and the spine on this guy is pretty sharp, and it struck the ferro rod no problem. But then again, this is from Nathan, and Nathan is a man when it comes to ferro rods. If you don't have one of these, go pick one up. So the second thing we're going to give it a try is a flint and steel. Now I have the Hudson Bay Flint and Steel kit. I'm going to give you a quick close-up of this in a second, and I'll show you the features of it, and then we'll see if we can get something to light with this. Let's take a look. So next up is the Flint and Steel kit from Hudson Bay. It's got a magnifying glass. I think it's a 6 times magnifying, great for solder fires. If you look on the inside, it's got a piece of leather which I've added. I use this for my friction fires. It also comes with your steel. Came with a piece of flint, but I've also added a piece of quartz to it. And it's also got some char cloth. It's really low quality char cloth. It has nothing on denim or anything like that. But this is what we're going to be using today. We'll see how this goes. So we'll put that all together and see if we can get a spark with that and get our tinder bundle to light up. So when going with a flint and steel, you're going to want to change your method just a tiny little bit. What I like to do is I'll strike my flint, get a spark on there, and then I'm going to grab some more and I'm going to sandwich this in between that and the tinder bundle, and then we'll blow from there. So let's see if we can get this going here. There we go. We got our little ember going. Pick up the first part of our tinder bundle, tuck that in there nicely. I'm going to grab some more, cup it in our hands. There we go. That one took a while, but we got it. I'll give you a zoom in quick before it goes out. So, one key factor that why this was so tough to actually get it to work was because I had the tinder bundles actually sitting on the wet sand, which is why I left my third one out, and hopefully we can get a hand drill ember with this one. But the pieces of mullein that I picked up on the way in may be a little bit short, so we're going to give it our best effort and see if we can get it to happen. But so far, that's 2. It's one with a ferro rod, one with a flint and steel. So let's see if we can get that hand drill going. All right, so now for our third method, we're going to go for a hand drill ember. Now my spindle is a little bit on the short side. I usually like it to be a little bit longer than this, so this is going to be a little bit more difficult. But we'll cross our fingers and see if we can get an ember today. You know, with the hand drill is never guaranteed. But in our tinder bundle, there's one more thing we have to do to get it to be right. Now, once we've spun out an ember on this, to ensure that our ember doesn't break apart and fall its way through the holes while we're trying to blow it to flame, we're gonna have to create a little pile of dust to sit right on top of the tinder bundle to make a bed for our ember. So we'll go ahead and get started on that, and then we'll prepare our stick and prepare our fireboard for our embers. First thing we're going to do is we're going to square out this tip here, because I got a couple of splits in it. Oh boy, our mullen might not be any good. Nope. Let's try this down here. And anyway, it's got some bumps. We'll clear off all the bumps so it doesn't destroy our hands while we're trying to get this cleaned up. Now you'll see these little bumps right here. This is the kind of thing that's going to really mess up your hands. So you got to get these off. Okay, so right here we have our starter hole, and it's about the size of our mullen stock. So we're ready to start warming this up and see if we can get a burn in. I am kind of concerned about the mullen that I chose, or the mullen that I found. It is kind of chewed up and it's splitting. Well, I'm going to give it a try anyway and see how it goes. If not, I have one other piece I can go with, but it's considerably thicker, and I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we'll give it a try. There we go. So there's our hand drill ember. Now, I'm going to take our tinder bundle. And our ember. It went out on us. Let's give it another shot. There we go, guys. Woo. Fire with the hand drill. That better be taping. We got 3 fires started in 3 different methods with a tinder bundle made out of feather sticks. We got our hand drill, we had our ferrocerium rod, and we had our flint and steel. And I'm just going to show you this real quick because if you've watched my Opinel number 7 field test review, I actually get an ember off the spine of this knife using this piece of quartz right here, and it worked out really great. So if this is your everyday carry and you need to get a spark for something, you can always find yourself some kind of materials that'll work, like cattail or whatever it is, flash tinders, Phragmites. There's a bunch of them out there. Even a good dry punkwood will take a spark from one of these. So get out and practice. Give this a try. I'm sure once you start mastering your feather sticks and getting them really nice and thin, you'll be able to do this with any fire method you choose, and you'll never be scrounging around for fire materials that are out there. So today we did all 3 of these right on some wet sand. We're on a sandbar here. I've got puddles of water all around me. We're surrounded all. If I just dig this up just a little tiny bit, you get soaking wet sand under it. So guys, go ahead and give it a try. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark from Edge Time Outdoors, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh. Cool, we got some.